Folks, welcome to Andrew's Life. I hope everyone's doing great today. Now, for those of you that watch a lot of YouTube like I do, and you watch RV content, a lot of you might recognize this channel, Liz Amazing, and that is the video that I will be doing a reaction video on today. Now, for those of you that don't know Liz Amazing, she's got a sizable YouTube channel, and what she does is people that purchase new RVs and then those RVs end up being defective. A lot of people will write her and let them know what their issue is. And then what she'll do is, I'm assuming she'll ask them a series of questions to get some more details about what's going on. And I'm assuming she picks and chooses of whom she's gonna do videos on in concerns to their RV. And so she'll bring people onto her channel, and these people will tell their story about where they got the RV from, how much they paid, and some of the issues that the RV is having. And then Liz here, she'll do what she's got to do on her end to make sure, or at least try to make sure, that these people end up getting done right. Rather it be a full refund, rather it be even a partial refund, rather it be they take their rig back and they get a new one that's not defective. She'll do what she does on her end to try to get the manufacturers of these defective RVs to do their customers right. So this video is gonna basically, oh, and by the way, there's a lot of videos that are very similar to the one that I'm getting ready to react on. This video, sadly, is not an isolated incident. She's got videos almost every day of stories very similar to the story that I'm getting ready to share with you guys on this video that I'm getting ready to react on. So I know the intro was long, but let's continue.
In the video,
We discovered that our house has mold. I was having some declining health issues. While I was home, my symptoms would get worse. We decided in September to get an RV. We were going to park it on our property and live in it while we reconstructed our house.
We went to the RV show here in central New York, and we started looking at a few different options. Once she got inside, she fell in love with it.
We paid $77,000 for it from Wilkins RV in Brewerton, New York.
The extra space really sold us on it. Had an office, a desk, so she could do her.
Okay. First of all, if they're gonna buy an RV to live in while they remodel or renovate their house, I would have never paid 70 some grand for a new RV. I would have never even purchased a new RV. I would have purchased something used, preferably an RV that was built before 2020. And secondly, I wouldn't have paid 70 grand. You know, I'm a cheap ass. I probably wouldn't have paid no more than 20. But yeah, me personally, I wouldn't have paid no more than 20.
I went and did a walkthrough by myself as we walked through, and he showed me all of the storage spaces, the hidden pantry, all the reasons that I fell in love with the RV in the first place. I noticed that there was a lot of damages all over the RV.
This whole thing has actually got a lot of damage to it. Just a lot of divots of where the wood is out.
Yeah, no, point everything out because
Yes.
I'm going to write everything down. We'll take care of all of it.
Scratches on the table, scratches on the door. There was peeling veneer. I mentioned it to the retailer, and oh, it's not a big deal. We'll make sure those are recovered when you get it back. That's disappointing. I'm spending over $70,000 on this unit. I don't want it to come to me with tons of damages all over it.
Did a new pad out back, parked the RV there, got it leveled. I framed up underneath it, did insulation, siding, and skirting underneath it to keep the bottom areas nice and warm. Upon delivery, we find that a lot of the details that we had noticed noticed and mentioned weren't really addressed correctly.
The pantry had massive scratch marks over it. After we got it and they covered up everything, you could still see all the damages. It's very poorly done. I did reach out to Wilkins and let them know it's very dirty, but we're going to look past that. We wanted to move in immediately. Finally, as soon as we settled,
We had been in there for
All right, folks. First of all, whenever you get ready to buy an RV, treat purchasing an RV the same way that you would treat purchasing a regular house. Get the rig thoroughly inspected by a certified RV inspector that you choose, that is not affiliated with the company that you're purchasing your rig from. Now, this is a brand new RV, so the fact that the RV was dirty upon the delivery of the rig to their residence, that's not a good sign. I mean, kind of like if you were going to buy a brand new house. If there's certain defects that the house has that you notice right away, even some of the small stuff, it's an indication that the house was built poorly. Well, in this case, the fact that the RV was dirty, I would say that it is a huge, well, maybe not huge, but it is definitely an indication that the RV was built poorly, and that the people that built this rig take little to no pride in the work that they do. All they care about is making a profit. So whenever you look at buying an RV, if you notice that the RV is dirty, don't accept it, don't buy it.
about a month, go to rotate the bed, we find that some of the wood that they had used had dormant mold on it.
It was there before. This is old. This is now.
It looked like it had been attempted to be addressed.
that they tried to even cover up with a white substance because they knew that it wasn't right underneath where I was actually sleeping.
As I take that board out, there's still a little bit of condensation around the edges. So I pull that board up, and that's where I find a much larger colony of mold. Through investigating and tearing it apart, both where I could see it, it was already growing. It looks like it protrudes up the wall behind the paneling. We're trying to get away from mold, and she has it 8 inches from where she's sleeping. That's still growing, almost like a fleece blanket. We had a dehumidifier in there with us. The humidity stayed 30 to 40% on the inside, but we were still getting ice buildup. There would be ice and frost up the sides of it to where you can scratch it off. Above where the wine rack would be in the kitchen, there was moisture there, and on the base of all the slide outs. But there was a lot of moisture coming in there. We insulated that very well. We definitely went above and beyond what anybody would. There's a closet in there where if you put clothes in it and it touches the wall whatsoever, I pulled out wet clothes. It felt like I was just about to put them on a clothesline. It's like a cold glass of water on a hot day. That level condensation.
Because it's constructed so poorly that so much moisture can get in, that's why the mold was activated. I obviously was emotional about it and needed to get
Okay, now first of all, there is absolutely no excuse for all this mold to be in an RV that's brand new. And as far as as far as RVs not being constructed well, I mean, even your older RVs, I mean, the construction of RVs in general have never been the best, because when they build an RV, they have to be light enough to where a person with a regular driver's license is able to drive them. Because if they make these RVs too heavy, then it's going to get to the point where in order to operate an RV, you have to have a CDL. Now RVs were never built that well in the first place, but RVs were built better previous to 2020, because once 2020 hit, 2020, we had all that madness going on with what. And I would say from that time on forward, the way that many of these manufacturers built their RVs was complete garbage. So again, if you're going to buy an RV, personally, I would never buy new, and I sure in the hell would never spend 70-some grand for an RV, a depreciating asset. I would buy something that was built before 2020.
out because of my disease and I didn't want to make anything worse for myself. We are currently living in a barn. It is a 4-car garage, a cement floor that is cold. I am brushing my teeth with a water bottle and a toothbrush outside.
There's no bathroom in here. Even with the mold in the house, we have to get our boots on, walk 70 feet through the snow each time you have to go to the bathroom.
I can't go in the house as much. I do because I have to, but I shouldn't be going into my house to go to the bathroom because it makes my disease grow more. I emailed Wilkins and told them that I am very unhappy with everything from the very beginning. I put up with the majority of the dents and the scrapes, all of the construction damages, as well as the dirt that was everywhere. And now I have mold and nowhere safe to live. This was the only option we had.
Wilkins has been no help whatsoever. We were hoping that they would stand by it as they said they would and be on our side and our advocate. That was just their
Sales pitch.
their sales pitch. Once that paper's signed and this thing hit the ground here, it's been no contact.
I sent him this very long email and asked for a full buyback. We need that money back so that way we can find somewhere new to go. They haven't reached back out to me. I did call them. I spoke to the finance manager. He was immediately dismissive. He basically wanted to deflect any responsibility. He said, that's not my job. That's not my area. I sent that over to the service department. It's out of his hands. And I haven't heard anything back since.
If we do have to have it brought back to their shop, it would require 3 to 4 days of disassembly of the skirting, the hard piped water, propane, and then getting a truck back into where it's at, especially with the snow we get up here. It's really going to be a monumental task to get it out just to have them assess it.
This was my
Unfortunately, many of these RV manufacturers do not care about their customers. These RV manufacturers act the same way that many of your contractors behave when it comes to purchasing a brand new home. And then when you move into that brand new home, you find there's a gazillion different things wrong with the home. And then when you try to reach out to the company, for the company to honor their warranty and stand behind their product, they never do. They almost never do. They drag out the situation to the point where they can turn around and tell you, sir, ma'am, the warranty is over, is done, is expired, you're SOL. And that's basically what's going on with these people right here. With these couple right here. I guarantee it. Because I mean, in many states in the country, if you purchase an RV and you find that your RV is a lemon, a lot of times you're not even able to sue the manufacturer, because from what I understand, many of the dealerships you go to purchase an RV, before you get to drive away with that RV, they have you sign some kind of a legal disclosure stating that if you have any issues with the RV, you're not going to be able to sue the manufacturer. You're not going to be able to sue the dealership. You're not going to be able to sue nobody. They're going to have some type of a mediation type of situation to where you have to go in front of the people that manufacture that RV, and you got to present to them what your issue with the RV is, and then between you and them, you guys have to work out some kind of a mutual agreement of how the issue is going to get rectified. And from my understanding, most states in the country have it set up like that. So before you purchase that new RV, FYI, again, I would never purchase a brand new RV. Let's keep going.
Chance to heal, to feel better, and they stole that from me. I am still without a home. I'm still sick. and I don't have anywhere to heal or recover. They lied, they had poor construction, and they tried to cover up their mistakes. I didn't have a brand new, perfect RV. I had a damaged RV that was covered up poorly, that leaked and has mold. Now I'm here in a garage with my 8 cats and 3 dogs, and no idea when I can be in a home again.
It's unreasonable to think that when you buy something this expensive, you'd have to pull it back to a dealership multiple times. I would really look it over solid. Don't just do a quick walkthrough like this is how this works. Don't just take them at their word for it. Don't just assume that because it's new, it's all going to be perfect. They're not going to be your friend once that paper's signed.
For the last 3 years, I have been recommending getting an independent RV inspection, even when buying new. An RV inspector would have caught that pre-existing
I would say
mold
especially
under the
when
bed.
buying new.
However, you want to make sure you get that inspection before signing any papers. That way you can walk away if they find something really bad. And if there's something that's fixable, that gives you the leverage to say, hey, fix it, and then I'll sign the papers. Recently, I talked to Dwayne, the owner of HD RV Inspections out of Texas. He says he will do a video walk around helpful for out-of-town buyers, and he will try to find any deal killers as soon as possible so he can refund part of the money. You can find Dwayne at HD.
Okay, so how nice of them. They're going to only refund part of that couple's money. Maybe. I would say they need to refund all of their money. So even if they only get part of their money back, at the end of the day, these people still have a rig that's basically a piece of junk that's built poorly. I would say they ought to get all their money back. But let's keep going. Who am I? I'm just a YouTuber.
rv.com, and you can find RV inspectors across the nation at rvhelp.com.
If I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't. I don't think that RVs are as stable as I once did. I think that they are very poorly constructed. I don't ever want to have one again. There's mold in it. It's not safe. We're still paying for it, and
Okay, well, these people are still assuming that they're making payments, and that's another thing. When it comes to an RV, a depreciating asset, I wouldn't advise anybody to purchase an RV on a payment plan. If you're gonna buy an RV, my suggestion is buy one that you can afford to pay cash. That's just like you would a regular automobile. That's my suggestion. And secondly, she's absolutely correct. These RVs are built poorly. Now, I get that there's 2 of them and they got a whole bunch of animals to transport, so that's why they wanted an RV in the first place, I'm assuming. But for those of you that are by yourself or there's only you and a significant other, you would be better off buying a school bus, like a little schoolie, and building it out into an RV, or taking it somewhere and having them build it out for you. You would be much better doing that as opposed to buying any RV. Because if you buy a schoolie, not only are they built much sturdier, but they're also built to be driven on a daily basis. As for your RVs, as you guys has heard, they're built like shit, and they're not even built to be driven on a daily basis.
I can't even live in it.
I don't trust that they're going to repair it or that Forest River would even manufacture it to a level that I would feel comfortable being in or paying for, especially at that price tag.
We want them to buy it back so we can take that money and find somewhere else to live or to use it to fix our house quicker.
I reached out to the owner of Wilkins RV dealership, that would be Brian Wilkins, and I reached out to the top people at Forest River, and guess what? They both responded right away. In fact, Forest River has escalated the case and asked for loan payoff information. This is a very good sign. It looks like we are moving, fingers crossed, towards a buyback. This is where you come in. Please push this video out there, share this video, because that will help motivate the powers that be to do the right thing for their customers. I will definitely keep you updated. Let me know in the comments.
Hey, my pleasure. I will be happy to share this video, Liz. And hopefully these people do get their entire loan amount paid off. That's the least that the RV manufacturer can do for the couple. That's the least they can do. So hopefully it gets done. And again, for those of you that want to watch more videos like this, where people with defective RVs come on to Liz's amazing channel and they tell their story, you can watch her channel, Liz Amazing. It's here on YouTube. And that's all I got for you guys. So this is just one example of how you should not go about purchasing an RV. And on that note, stay blessed. I'll catch you guys on the next one.